Did you know that 99% of people who try to launch an online business fail and then quit because they don't understand that you need a system which is simple to use and easy to run? To show you how to avoid the most common trap and understand the 5 simple things that enable you to build a profitable online business fast around your family, I would like to introduce you to a beginner who started from zero and built a 6-figure business in only 8 months. Broke it and then rebuilt it following the same system. Why? Because it's easy to run. But the second time around, it was easier and simple because he wasn't making the same mistake as before. Now, to make things even more difficult, this beginner is neurodiverse, so focus can be an issue. He's dyslexic. He's old according to his kids, and he's very busy with his marketing agency. So he doesn't actually have a lot of time. Plus those kids, well, I love them so much, I spend all my free time with them. Yes, that person is me, the beginner. But like I said, follow this and it will be a doddle. Why? Because I've made those mistakes and I'm going to show you how not to make them as well. But in this process, I discovered a straightforward method that even I could follow to build a business and make it sustainable online. This process is something that any of you could use to create your own online business. So watch to see how my daughter gets the secrets out of me. And at the end, I will reveal if I was successful or not, and if so, to what degree.
Dad, can anybody build a personal brand business, or is it just for famous people?
It's for everybody. Everybody's got a personal brand. So you've got a personal brand, I've got a personal brand. The problem that people make is the fact that they think they've got to try and be like a famous person, like The Rock or, I don't know, anybody else online. They try and put a persona over them rather than just be themselves. The best way to build a personal brand is to be completely unapologetic and build your personal brand from the inside out. So remember I did my TED talk. Hang on, let me get a book. When I talk about personal brand, I come from this, which is the Ikigai. So you find out what you love, then you look at what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you're good at. The reason being is if you bring all that together, it'll be sustainable. You can make money out of it. You'll enjoy it even when you're not feeling great, either health-wise or anything else. You can accelerate it or you can bring it back down like I did when I got bowel disease. I loved what I was doing. So what I did was I brought my business back down to a place where I could manage it. And then I gave my clients to people I was working with. And the reason that worked is because people bought into me and who I was. I led it from the heart. We called it your heart brand. So anyone can build a personal brand business. They can turn what they know, what they love, what they're good at into an online business. The mistake that people make is they go external before they go internal. So they launch a website, they start a podcast, or they go and write a book like all these famous people do. But actually they need to learn who they are first inside. And once they know what they love, then the marketing message will be on brand. Then the conversations will be on brand. And you won't even have to do marketing in the traditional sense because everything you speak will be of purpose from your mouth, from your heart, through your mind, and out into the world. So it'll always be on brand. So it's quite easy to build a personal brand business. People overthink it. The important thing here is don't make the same mistake that everybody else is making. And that is they build the business first and then the brand. You must lean into building the brand first, create content that you love, that you can share with the world and see if it resonates with the audience that you've got and the audience that you want to build in the future. Because if you build the business, that's really, really hard to change. But if you build the brand, you could always tweak and you can always pivot. I've gone from creating a social media marketing agency to creating a personal brand coaching business. Why? It was easy to do because I created content on how to solve the problems first that my audience have, rather than build the business and then try and shoehorn content in. You will do much better if you build your brand before you build the business.
So Dad, what if people aren't confident enough on camera? Do they need to make loads of content?
They don't need to make loads of content, but let me answer the first piece. Let's get you confident on camera. If people aren't confident on camera, then they need to practice. Simple as. So I teach people a 30-day daily diary or your digital journal, which is pick up your mobile phone. I use yours as an example. Pick up your mobile phone and just tell it, press record on your camera, just tell it how you feel. And it sounds really odd, but if you start speaking to your phone every day, make it a habit, attach this new habit to an old habit so it gets done, might be when you're having your cup of tea in the morning, then you say what you want to say. So, oh my God, Stephen or my dad has got me doing this camera thing every day, and you just offload for a minute or two. What'll happen over a period of 7, 14, 21 days, you'll get comfortable on camera. You'll understand how you look, what it makes you feel like, and what you look like, literally, your good side, your bad side, am I fat, am I thin, I don't like what my hair is, all of this stuff. But it grows your self-esteem and gets you over that point. Now, once you've done the 30-day daily diary, what you'll find is, actually it's not that difficult and I can make content. So the next step is to identify what we call your pillar piece of content, because we run on a system called 1 week, 1 message. So for 1 week, you talk about one thing. Therefore, you only actually have to make one video. So when I talk about pillar content in the agency, it's either a YouTube channel, it's either a podcast, or it's either a blog, because you need to work out how you like to create content and how your audience likes to consume it. So let's take YouTube for an example. If I was to create a YouTube channel and it was like talking head video or even a podcast, I'd make 1 video a week. And then I'd take clips from that and then use that on my reels or my YouTube shorts or my TikTok videos, and then from there I'd take the transcription and I'd get that run through something like AI and ChatGPT and say, out of this transcription, can you make me 5 tweets? And they would be my tweets. And then out of this transcription, can you promote these 5 Instagram reels? And then give me the content for that. That way you've got one piece of content, you can use AI to support it, and then it doesn't take you loads of time, it doesn't take you cost you lots of money, and you can do it with the resources you've got. All you need is your mobile phone, which you're recording this on. So let's get you started straight away. Now, just think about this. You get rewarded in public for what you practice in private. Now, the simplest way to do this is 30-day daily diary, like I just shared. Pick up the mobile phone and just get comfortable and used to it. Share whatever it is that's on your mind. It's just a way of you forming the habit, really. Form the habit of pressing record. The next step is pillar content. Now, the easiest way to do this is literally, you've got your screen. You could just use your Zoom software or Google Meet or something like that. Turn your camera on. You've got your microphone here, and you share something into that. You might want to bring a guest on at some point. You might turn it into a video podcast, but video is the way forward. Google owns YouTube. YouTube is a search engine. It's the second largest on the internet. Therefore, the chances are you're going to have your content found. And the way which my coach first taught me, a lady called Sunny Lenarduzzi, she started recording videos just like this, solving problems that her clients had. So very simple. All you need to do is get a list of common problems. You could find them on answerthepublic.com around your niche or around something that you specifically talk about or you love, and answer those problems in a weekly video.
Hey, if you're enjoying this video, smash the like button and leave your thoughts in the comments below.
Get going. Recording software, microphone, problem, solve it.
But Dad, I've heard you need a big following to have a successful online business.
You don't need a big following, you need a following. So that's why it starts off with your personal brand. It's who you are and people that you know. And then once you get comfortable sharing your content to them, then you build that following and you bring them to a community. And it's all well and good having all these direct messages and having likes and stuff on your content. If you don't engage with them and bring them somewhere, like a home, if you will, then they'll have nowhere to go and they won't feel like a community. COVID showed us it really well. Everyone loved being part of something. They needed something. And this is what the world craves. The world craves community. So if you bring people into a space, the people who've liked your content, the people you've had direct message with, and you continue to nurture, when you come to sell something, it's so much easier. So there's a saying, isn't there? When you're ready to sell something, that 20% of the market are ready to buy, but 80% aren't. And all these gurus, they ignore the 80%. What we teach is we teach you to nurture the 80%, because they will be your pipeline of the future. So right now, start with what you've got. You don't need to be going out and pulling this big following in. You need to create your content first, be that content first business. Start with who you have got. Test your content on them, because you will be rusty when you first start. But if you test your content on them, you'll get better. So that when you start building out more content, i.e. reels and carousel posts and things like that, or maybe even doing a live stream, you'll feel more comfortable and more confident. And when you get to that point, more people will be attracted by your content. It is the law of attraction. So the idea is you create content, you put that out there, and whoever engages with it, you pull them towards you and you invite them into a home, somewhere they feel comfortable. And the easiest place to do that is Facebook groups. Why? Because there are thousands, I mean, literally hundreds of thousands of Facebook groups with your ideal client sat in there. Go in there, engage, have conversation, share a post, something that is meaningful or is valuable to that audience, and then have conversations. And if you've got your profile set up right, and I'll show you that in another video, then they will see what you do. And if that is what they want, they will come to you. But you've got to go to the mountain first.
So what's the biggest mistake when it comes to building an online business?
So the biggest mistake that I found is that people build a business first instead of a brand. What they do is they create this amazing course online, or they start their coaching business and they go straight to market trying to sell. No one's going to buy because no one knows who you are, no one likes you, and they don't trust you. So the thing you should be doing is you should start with your personal brand, create content, bring people to a community based off your content, this cause that you have, this purpose that you're championing, and then they buy through your product ecosystem. So if you build the brand instead of this business, most people go to market with one product. Build your product ecosystem, and then instead of them coming to buy your high ticket product, you know, your £5,000 lifetime access course, they'll buy your £100 mini course first, then they'll buy your £500 mentoring program, for example. And this builds trust. If they spend in small pockets of money as they build up, they're more likely to buy into your big ticket program. The great thing is if you share this in your community, so remember, content, community, and then your curriculum, this is your product ecosystem. If you share this information that you're working with people in your community, the people who see other people getting results, the 80% that haven't bought yet, they will then want to buy, and they'll just jump over the smaller stuff and buy over here in the bigger stuff. So you must build your brand and create a product ecosystem, not just a product. Now, I love this question so much because we should be identifying mistakes and solving those problems. And the one here is this, okay? Build the brand, invite your tribe to a community, and then solve a problem. And that is product one. And then create an ecosystem around further problems. So build your first product. That could be an awareness product, you know, a low-level entry product for a big pain that your audience have got. And therefore, it's easier to sell and you're solving a massive problem. You'll gain loads and loads of social proof. And then as you solve this problem, you will undoubtedly identify another problem. So when I help people build video content and teach them how to create that, they then realize, what am I going to do with that? I need to put that on social media. So we went from our video program over to our social media masterclass, and then into the whole personal brand package. So build for your community in the first instance, and then create a product ecosystem around your community. They're your tribe. They've come to you for a reason, so serve them.
Hey, if you're getting value out of this video, please smash the like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, because I would be grateful if we can spread the word to more people like you.
So what was the number one thing you wish you knew when you first built your online business?
To be a content first business, because it's easier to sell to people when they know who you are. You become a content first business, you create awareness around who you are, you can create credibility, you can create a connection, and you can pull people towards you. It's the power of attraction marketing. That way they're attracted and they come towards you. And then sales never become a sell, they become an ethical solution, and you don't feel so icky when you start to sell your product or your service, because you've built up a rapport, you've built up a relationship. Then what happens is you're solving their problem. They want you to sell to them. So I built an ethical solution through a direct outreach program. So it's content. Whoever engages, I invite them into our community. We continue to solve a problem, nurture them, take them on to the next step. They then identify problems for themselves, which is within our system, which is you need your core personal brand, you need to create content, you need to create a community, you need to create a curriculum, and then you need to create a client acquisition model, which is basically selling. So I like to use direct messaging, like I've said, and the reason being is I can help people with the how. There's so many gurus out there who don't give the how. They give the what and the why, so I give them the how. And if I give you the how, you're more likely to trust me and you'll come to me for support in delivering that how. And above all else, when you're messaging people, you're engaging people, you're having a conversation, you're jumping on a sales call, lead with kindness. Don't try and lead to close a sale. Lead with how you can help that person. Lead with kindness. It's Heart Brand. It's communicating a kinder world. Now the thing was, I actually started as a content first business. What I didn't realize was all the different types of content, and I had to figure it out. And that's where you guys are right now. So my advice to you, if you're going to start building a personal brand and turn that into a business, create content first. You can go out there and you can answer a ton of problems and use them as YouTube shorts or Instagram reels and get a feel for it. And then start creating content, longer form content like a podcast or a blog or a YouTube video around stuff that performs well. So if you've got videos getting 50, 100, 200 likes, and then all of a sudden you get one that gets 1,000, that's the piece of content you want to focus on for your long form to start off with. And that builds your authority, it builds your credibility, and it will create trust, and it will pull people towards you. This is the pillar content model. And one video, 1 week, one message is really, really easy to do. And if you are stuck and if you are challenged with, you know what, I'm not confident, great. Bring some people on that are confident, okay, and interview them and create a YouTube podcast. It's a really, really easy thing to do, but you must be a content first business. Don't make the products first. Make the brand, build the brand, start to create a tribe around who you are and what you do. They call this advocacy. And that way, when it comes to selling something, you will create a sustainable business. I did this 10 years ago, created content, solved problems, and gave the how to people. That is what will make you stand out. Creating the how and give it to them. Because like I've said already, people will pay for your support. Or if that is just maybe too much work for them, if you're in a service-based business, then they will pay for you to do that service for them. Do not be afraid to give the how. Most people, these gurus, the BS gurus out there are saying, don't give the how, you sell the how. Well, if you give the how, you're going to build trust exponentially, and you will be the go-to person for your ideal client. So give them the how.
So as it happens, yes, I was successful the second time around. Now, if you want to know what was aiding me in that success, then you can watch this video here. Or if you just want to go straight to the money questions, then you can watch this video here. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Much love. Big Daddy out.